This is Kayla Carey, and this is my Global Ethics End of Module 2 assignment, Motive versus Outcome. In this video, we're going to focus on the following questions. What is a normative ethical theory and an act-based ethical theory? What are the central features of J.S. Mill's Utilitarianism, including the supreme principle of morality? What are the central features of Kant's deontology, including the supreme principle of morality? And which philosopher, Mill or Kant, offers a better normative ethical theory and why? So first, what is a normal ethical theory? An ethical theory that suggests how we should live and how it ought to be. Normative ethics provides action-guided principles, and there's two types of reasoning, categorical and consequential. Categorical reasoning measures the morals of an act based on duties and rights, while consequential reasoning measures the morals of an act based on the outcome. Second, what is an act-based ethical theory? So an ethical theory that focuses on what ought to be based on the action, not the outcome. So if you run a marathon for a charity, you'll be moral according to act-based ethics. However, if you win the race, it does not matter because that is an outcome and it is not the action of running the marathon itself. Now we're going to talk about the central features of J.S. Mill's Utilitarianism. The supreme principle of morality for Mill's theory is the greatest happiness principle, which states, actions are right in proportion as they tend to promote happiness, wrong as they tend to produce the reverse of happiness. That doesn't mean just to do what makes you happy, though. Consequences are more important than your motive in this theory, and pleasure is what makes a being capable of moral action. So this theory says we should judge a person based on the greatest happiness principle. So imagine a person does good deeds following what the Bible says, but solely because he does not want to go to hell. According to the greatest happiness principle in Mill's theory, this person is morally correct. Avoiding going to hell would minimize their pain, and going to heaven would produce the greatest happiness. It does not matter that the motive is selfish. They are only doing the right thing to benefit themselves, but Mill's theory says that does not matter. What matters is the outcome. Now we're going to talk about the central features of Kant's deontology. His supreme principle of morality is the categorical imperative, which says, act only on that maxim whereby thou canst at the same time will that it should become a universal law. So in this theory, the motive is more important than the action. Rationality allows for moral action, and Kant says we should judge others based on the categorical imperative. So now imagine the same person who only follows what the Bible says so they can go to heaven and avoid hell. According to Mill's theory, they are morally correct. However, Kant would disagree. Kant's theory focuses on the motive, not the action or the outcome. He's doing the right thing by following the Bible, but Kant would say this person is not morally correct because their motive is selfish and not for the greater good. The last point we're going to address is which philosopher, Mill or Kant, offers the better normative ethical theory and why. In my opinion, Kant has a better normative ethical theory, although both theories are flawed. If motive wasn't taken into account, you wouldn't be able to judge anyone's morals because everyone would do things for their benefit, not because it's morally right or wrong. Kant is slightly strict, which diminishes his theory's realistic application, but the components are still valid. Mill ignores the moral side of decision-making and only focuses on outcome, which is not always controllable. Somebody can have a good motive and end up with a bad outcome. Kant's theory allows for others to more realistically address someone's morals. If there is a person that worked really hard to cure cancer and they succeeded, but their motive was for the purpose of getting rich and famous, Kant would say that this person is not morally correct, but Mill says that they are. I think Kant's opinion is better because this person is very selfish, and to me, morality is what the person believes is right or wrong. In this scenario, the person does not care what is right or wrong. They only care about money and fame, which to me says they're not morally correct. To further prove that Kant's theory shows morality better than Mill's, I'm going to propose a different scenario related to a cure for cancer. In this scenario, there's a doctor who feels very strongly about curing cancer. All they want to do is find a cure out of the duty to help the people. They develop a medicine and start clinical trials, but the medicine kills every single patient. Mill would say that this person is morally wrong and the motive doesn't matter. But Kant would argue that this doctor is morally correct. They did not know that the medicine would kill everyone, and they acted out of duty. This doctor has no selfish motives and is a good person. Mill's theory ignores the fact that the actor is not completely in control of the outcome. In conclusion, normative ethics focuses on ought to be, act-based ethics focuses on what ought to be based on the action, Mill focuses on consequences, not motive, Kant focuses on motive, not action, and I believe Kant has a better theory. These are the citations for this video, and this is the end of the Module 2 and assignment.